Welcome back, everyone. One change people plan to make this year is to be more active. A recent survey from YouGov found 25% listed exercising as a goal in 2026. That is the most of any other resolution that people had.
Normally, gyms see their memberships climb in January, but committing to that should come with some caution, especially if you're not used to spending time there. So joining us now to talk through how to make sure you don't get hurt is Dr. Adam O'Brien. He's an orthopedic surgeon with Baylor Scott and White Health. Dr. O'Brien, thanks so much for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Your expertise, we know, is in sports medicine, so you've helped treat and correct many different kinds of injuries during the course of your career. But what would be your first piece of advice for someone who's trying to start out 2026 by heading back to the gym or maybe heading there for one of the first times?
Yeah, first I'd applaud them for wanting to get back in shape because that's one of the best things you can do for your body in general. So that's the first start, is having that motivation. So that's great. But the biggest thing I can tell patients is that you got to go slow with this. It's not going to be like we were when we were 16 again. It may take a few weeks or even months to get back into what you think is a good shape, and just be keep a positive attitude. That's the other thing, is you don't want to get too down on yourself if you're not going as quickly as possible. But injuries happen quite a bit, especially as the couch to 5Ks or something that's real popular, and that's great. But again, you just got to go slow with this and give your body time to get back up to that level that you want to be at.
Yeah, that mindset is one thing, but doctor, what are some of the most common gym injuries that you see from people who are really starting out on that fitness journey, and what are some of the best ways to avoid that?
The biggest thing I see is a lot of overuse or muscle tendonitis type injuries. So especially, pain around the knee or hips, you get pain on the outside of the thigh. Those are very common to get some of those tendonitis type things. It's just because the muscles and tendons aren't used to seeing that kind of stress if you haven't done anything for a while. And so it's a lot of overuse, a lot of just going too much too soon. Some of the things that can be done to prevent it is warming up, stretching. It's the little things that you can't just walk up to a gym and just hop on a Stairmaster or treadmill and start going. It takes a little bit to kind of get the blood flowing, get the stiffness out, and make sure you warm up and stretch. And again, just make sure you go slow. And also stretching afterwards, after workouts, is important for me. I think that's it's extremely, and I think every trainer will tell you, is staying limber is a big thing, even before you work out, but also afterwards, to keep that flexibility.
What are some of the symptoms that could maybe help someone navigate if what they're feeling is muscle fatigue from a difficult workout versus, an actual injury or some kind of pain that might signal something worse is going on?
Yeah, I think there's a few things, one of which is the timing of it. When does this pain happen? Is it while you were working out? Did you feel a pop or something suddenly go, or is it the next day you woke up and are a little bit sore? That's the biggest thing right off the bat. But also, giving yourself those rest days. If you work out and you're sore, give yourself a day or two to just kind of rest and get some of the inflammation out of your system. But if it's not getting better after a day or two, that's when you can kind of seek the assistance of someone else, whether that's your primary care doctor or our new online portals to get triaged by nurses. I think it's just kind of seeing if the pain is better after a day or two, if it's still lingering.
You mentioned the importance of stretching, but something else that people should consider: how important is it to fuel yourself properly before and after a workout? Could that contribute even to getting hurt?
I'm sorry, can you say that again? To feel yourself?
Yeah, to fuel yourself with food and proper nutrition.
Yeah, nutrition is extremely important. As you can think of, in having a well-balanced diet, everything in moderation is what I tell my patients. But making sure you're staying hydrated, even if it's cooler outside, you can still get dehydrated. Just because it's not 110 degrees doesn't mean that's not the case. I think just making sure you're filling yourself with good nutrients too. I said everything in moderation, but high protein diets, trying to limit some of the sugar, the excessive sugars we get. Those are things that can dehydrate you and cause other types of muscle and tendon injuries.
Dr. O'Brien, is there anything else that you think people should know as they are maybe heading to the gym this evening after work?
I think the biggest thing is just stick with it. Even if you're sore for a day or two, as long as you're not actually injured, sometimes that's just yourself getting in shape, and just don't get down on yourself and don't think that at every obstacle, oh, this is it. And, we see a lot of patients that try to work out for a few months and just didn't work for them. But I think just sticking with it, keeping a disciplined mindset, sometimes having the help of a personal trainer or someone that can actually make a workout plan for them is a good idea to give you those stepping blocks if you're not quite sure how to do that. Those are never hesitate to lean on someone for that kind of advice.
Dr. O'Brien, thank you so much for such good reminders and tips, and definitely want everybody to be safe as they chug towards those 2026 resolutions. So thank you so much for your insight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And we want to send it now over to